Hey dear, welcome back to the class of matrices of class 10. This class is about addition and subtraction of matrices. And in the last class we have already seen types of matrices and order of a matrix. Two matrices can be added, like here we have matrix M and matrix N. Now these two matrices can be added if they have the same order. You can see the order of the first one is 2 by 2. And the second matrix is also 2 by 2. So now since the matrices have the same order, we can add these matrices, and it's very simple. We just need to add the corresponding elements, like the first element of M and the first element of N. So it should be A plus B. Okay, so similarly the second one, B plus Q, C plus R, and D plus S. Now if you want to subtract one matrix from the other, it's just like adding a negative number. So if you want to subtract, you're doing the same thing actually. You just, in place of this addition, put a minus sign. So yes, it's that simple. We just add the corresponding elements or subtract the corresponding elements of the second matrix from the first matrix. Okay, now what if you want to multiply a matrix with a particular number? Say if I want to multiply the matrix M, suppose, with 2. Now I have to multiply each of the element of M with 2. That means if I have to multiply, I have to write here 2a, 2b, 2c and 2d, and in that case our final answer would be 2a. Here the first the elements of the first matrix will be multiplied by 2. Okay, now if I want to divide a particular matrix, suppose I want to divide the second matrix say by 3 and divided by 3. So I'll divide it by 3. The whole matrix has to be divided by 3. That means each of the elements has to be divided by 3. So it should be 2a plus minus p by 3. Similarly, I can do that with all the elements of the second matrix, right? Matrix N. So r by 3 here is by 3. Yes, it's that simple. If you are multiplying with a particular number, so you have to multiply each of the elements of that matrix with that number. If you are dividing with a particular number, then you have to divide each of the elements of that particular matrix. Now let us apply what we have learned to these questions. Here in exercise 8.2, this question, we want to multiply sin A with all the elements of this matrix, and we are going to multiply cos A with all the elements of the second matrix. So on multiplying, we get sin square A, and we are multiplying sin A with all the elements. So you can see sin A everywhere multiplied with the elements. So this is sin square A, because sin A into sin A is sin square A. Okay. Similarly here, with all the elements inside, we have multiplied with cos A. So it's visible everywhere. You can see cos A multiplied with the elements. And then when adding, we added the corresponding elements. So we have sin square A, and from the second matrix, the first element is cos square A. So when we add it, we get sin square A plus cos square A, which is equal to 1, we know. And if we add the second element, we see minus cos sin A, and this is plus cos sin A. It doesn't matter which way you write. So plus cos sin A, it is actually going to write. Similarly, the third element is going to be 0, and the fourth element, again sin square A plus cos square A, will be equal to 1. So this is the final answer, 1001, and the identity we have used is sin square A plus cos square A equals to 1. So in this question we have a equation here. 3a plus x equals to b, we have to find the matrix X. You should know that when a letter is written in caps like A, X, B, these are actually matrices. Okay, so A is a matrix, X is a matrix, B is a matrix. We are going to find the matrix X. Now A is given, B is given, so both order 2 by 2. Okay, so using the equation we have X equals to B minus 3A. X equals to, this is matrix B, and 3 times matrix A. So when we subtract the first element of B and the first element of A multiplied by 3, so 1 minus 3 into 0. This is the first element of the final answer. And then we have 2 minus 3 into minus 1, so that's 2 plus 3, so we have 5. This is 1 minus 0 is 1. Similarly, we do the same for the third element. We have minus 1 minus 3 into 1, so we have minus 4, and 1 minus 6, that's minus 5. So that's matrix X of order 2 by 2. Here in this question also you have to find the matrix M, and in the previous question the equation was given, but in this question, in place of equation, obviously this is an equation, but in place of a matrix written with the help of a letter, here the matrix is already written. So this matrix plus 2 times of matrix M equals to 3 times this. This is the third matrix. Okay, so now 2m equals to, if we take this matrix, whole matrix, to the right side of the equality sign, so that should be minus the matrix. Okay, so 2m equals to this. Now it's very simple to calculate this. If we arrange the corresponding elements, this is 3 into 3 minus 1, so we get 9 minus 1, so the first element is 8. Similarly, we have 3 into 2, 6 minus 4, we have 2. 6 minus 4, 2. The third element is 3 times 0 is 0, minus minus 2, that's plus 2. Okay, so 3 times 0 plus 2, we get 2. And the last element is 3 into minus 3, that's minus 9. And from the second matrix we get minus 3. So minus 9 minus 3 is minus 12. So that's 2 times the matrix M. So what is the matrix M? Then we have to divide the matrix by 2. So we have to divide each of the elements by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that's 4, 1. If you divide each of the elements, you get 4, 1, 1 and minus 6. So this is our required matrix M. Now in this question we have two matrices X and Y. But instead of X and Y, what is given is sum of the two matrices is given, and the difference of the two matrices is given. So we have to find the matrices separately. Let us number the sum of the matrices as 1 and the difference of the matrices as 2. Okay, now it's very simple to find the matrices separately. If you add the sum and the difference, if we add, we get x plus y plus x minus y. So y gets cancelled, we have 2x. So like that we are going to find the matrices. If we add equation 1 and 2, we get 2x equals to, since we are adding the matrices, so we get 7 plus 3. So in the second element we get 0 plus 0, the third element is 2 plus 0, and the fourth element is 5 plus 3. Now this is 2 times x. What is x then? Each of the elements has to be divided by 2. We get the matrix X as 5, 0, 1, 4. Okay, so when you write the elements, there should be a gap visible, right? Okay, you don't write 5 zeros such that it looks like 50. So there should be a gap like this. Now, for doing the same thing again, how do we find y? We have to subtract the second matrix from the first. So subtracting the second one from the first matrix, we get x plus y minus x minus y, we get 2y. So when we subtract, we get 7 minus 3. So 7 minus 3, like that we write all the elements, and we get 2y equals to 4022. So what is y? Y is dividing all the elements by 2. We get the matrix y 2 1 and 2 0 1 1. So that's the matrix y. Okay, let us see this question. None of these questions are difficult actually. It's very simple. You are going to just add the corresponding elements. So you have to find the values of x and y. See, these are not in caps, so these are not matrices. You have to find the values. These are variables. Okay, the first matrix we have 5 2 minus 1 y plus 1, and in the second matrix we have 1 2x minus 1 3 and minus 2, and this second matrix is being multiplied by 2. So each of the elements has to be multiplied by 2, and we have this matrix on the right hand side 3 minus 8 minus 7 2. So we have to find the values of x and y. Now when we have equality sign, that means on both sides we should have equal matrices. So the left hand side, both these matrices needs to be added so that it can be equated with the right hand side. Okay, so solving the left hand side, we get 5 minus 2, and this is 2 into 1, so 5 minus 2 will be 3. So for the second element we have 2 minus 2 times 2x minus 1. Okay, so here is the second element, and then the third element is minus 1 minus 2 times 3, that is minus 6. Okay, so fourth element is y plus 1, and then minus 2 times minus 2, so minus 4. Now since we have two matrices on both sides of this equality sign, now that means these matrices are equal. Now it means all the elements, corresponding elements, should be equals. So comparing the first elements of this, it is already 5 minus 2 equals to 3, so that's equal. We need x and y, so we have to compare the second element with the second element on the right hand side. You can see the third element already they are equal, minus 7 minus 7. So if it's not equal, like see the first element, they are equal. See the third element, they are equal. If it's not equal, that means you should know that you have done something wrong in your calculation previously. So here we'll compare the second elements. So 2 minus 2 times 2x minus 1 equals to minus 8. From this we can easily calculate as x equals to 3. Okay, now comparing the fourth element, we have y plus 1 minus of minus 4 equals to 2. So thus we can easily calculate y equals to minus 3. So we have x equals to 3 and y equals to minus 3. This is the last question of this exercise we are going to do. So here we need to find the values of A, B and C. Okay, these are not matrices, these are not written in cap. A is the second element of the matrix A. B is the fourth element of the matrix B, capital B. Okay, so C is the first element of the matrix C. Now the equation is given 5A plus 2B equals to C. So substituting the matrices in place of A, we have the matrix A, and here in place of B we have the matrix B, and equal to the third matrix C. Now this is again like the previous question. We need to add the matrices on the left hand side and find an equivalent matrix to the right hand side. Okay, So once we add this 5 into 2, 10 plus 2 into minus 2 minus 4, so 10 minus 4 is the first element. Similarly, we add up all the elements of the left hand side. So after adding, we get one equivalent matrix to the matrix on the right hand side. So now we can compare the corresponding elements. On comparing, we get the first element C equals to 10 minus 4, 6. Okay, and comparing the second element 5a plus 6 equals to 9. So we can easily find A equals to 3 by 5. Comparing the fourth element, because third element you can check whether it's true or not. Minus 15 plus 14 is minus 1, so yes, it's true. So we can compare the fourth element and find the value of B. 25 plus 2B equals to minus 11, so B equals to minus 18. So A equals to 3 by 5, B equals to minus 18, and C equals to 6. So that's all about how we add or subtract two matrices, or multiply a matrix with a particular number, or divide the matrix with a particular number. In the next class, we'll learn about how to multiply two matrices. Till then, stay with us and stay focused. Thank you.